Hey folks, Lindsey Huddleston back at it again. Sports Psychology Solutions in the building at the 16th annual Moneyball Program. I'm sitting with my guy, Melvin White, representing right here. This is probably the first year or second year you didn't play Moneyball Program?
Nah, first year I haven't played.
First year he hasn't played. Mel had the record for a minute. You was one of the most consistently, you played the most consistent time. How many years did you have some Moneyball going on?
This is the 16th year, so I played 15 years. I played
Whoa.
every year since the beginning. Yep.
So are you that dude that pretty much got the most years in, you think?
Probably.
Probably. Okay, we got Mel White here. For years and years we're going. Melvin, you've had a great basketball career, not only with your playing, being part of a state championship in 2000 at Waverly High School, but also what you do in the community. I know you work closely with a lot of players through Lansing Community College and your high school coaching. Why don't you run it through for people who don't have the pleasure of knowing you, who will see this video, what your basketball career has been like and got you to this point and what's going on now?
Basketball career, I played at Waverly High School, won a state championship in 2000. I went to LCC for 2 years after that, where I won a couple championships there. We had some pretty good teams. Then after that, I transferred to Grand Valley, played 2 years there, started 2 years, had a pretty good career there. After that, I played in some semi-pro leagues around Lansing, around Michigan, but we traveled everywhere. And then after that, I really just got into coaching. I coached at LCC for a couple years, and then now I coached at Waverly. Went back to Waverly, coached there for a couple years, or assistant there for a couple years, and then I've been coaching middle school. I coach Hope middle school girls, and then Waverly middle school boys.
Okay, got a little Mel checking in on you. Everything okay? You checking on your client? Yeah, you good? Give me some. So tell me, you've been around basketball so long. I mean, from when you played and won that championship back in 2000 to the young guys that are coming out right now, what's your take on the state of basketball on the prep side right now?
I think basketball is a lot different. I think I want to say the skill-wise offensively might be a lot better or a lot different. Sure. I think when I played, it was just a lot more fundamental. It wasn't as much as a step back and stuff like that. But, I mean, that's just the game evolving. I think the players are more athletic now than when I played. I mean, it's much more fun to play because the games are high scoring and stuff like that.
Right.
And the offense have a lot more advantages than they do now than they did back then. So, I mean, I love watching now and like helping kids get better and stuff like that.
You know, you're in a unique position because normally great players, you know, sometimes have a big challenge when it comes to coaching because, like you said, you played more of a fundamental game when you were coming up, and now you got all these other things going. How do you not pull all your hair out, man, when you're coaching this generation of athletes compared to how you came up?
I mean, you just have to put yourself in their shoes, too. Like, nobody was perfect. Like, everybody makes mistakes, so when they make mistakes, you know, you have to try to correct them. If they keep making them, then you just keep trying to correct them, but you got to stay patient, just like people, like the coaches that I had, stayed patient with me when I made plenty of mistakes.
So the patience is key for guys who are coaching.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, clearly you checked your ego going in. Was that something you had to wrestle with, you know?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had like a big ego. I always played on great teams and with great players on there. Like I had Marcus Taylor was on my high school team, Courtney Scott, and like those guys never had big egos. Like you would never know like they were McDonald's All-American and like John Wooden Award winner because I mean they're just normal guys, whether we're in practice or just walking around. So I think just like being around great players and some of my closest friends, Justin Ingram, who's a great player, Hall of Fame in Toledo, you know, he's never had a big ego. So me having a big ego, I had probably the smallest ego out of all those guys.
So you're saying the ego piece kind of plays a role into who you're around and what kind of person I said. That's great. So what do you have to share to friends, family, you know, players that it can be a good message that they can take away from this sit down right now?
I mean, no matter what you're doing, you're going to get out for the work that you put in. Whatever work you put in, that's what you're going to get out of it. If you're not going to do anything or you do the bare minimum, you're just going to be okay at whatever you're doing, whether that's coaching, playing, or anything. If you put that work in, you're trying your hardest, and you're trying to learn new things and do new things, then you're going to get the results that you're looking for.
Putting in that work does that. We got Melvin White right here, Moneyball, probably got the record, you know, for the most. How would you want your legacy to be for Moneyball? How would you want it to be referenced or described?
I guess just as that guy that always played with a smile on his face and can shoot that thing.
Hey, don't let him get the shot up. Don't let it get up, because that's money. Melvin, it's always a pleasure, man. I appreciate you. Melvin, we got to get you next time, all right? Okay, cool.
That's my son.
All right, we'll see you guys, okay? Talk to you later.